people, this Nate here.
It's Kev.
And yo, we are Games Music Life. So we're back to review this highly anticipated Meek Mill project.
Meek Millie from Philly.
Championships.
Yeah.
Championships. What's up?
All right, before we even get into this review.
Go ahead.
What's happening on the cover here, man? Like, is he like morphing into a Tron football player for the Eagles or something? Is his face busting through some broken glass?
No, I think it's him on a bike helmet, isn't it?
Is it? I can't tell. It's like it looks like he's like moving through the Matrix. Like, what's he looking at? I don't know.
Might be an Eagles helmet. Now you say that, I don't really know.
Bro, I have no clue what's going on. And then they like got the championships, like in like that old Cash Money diamond font, old No Limit diamond font. Yeah. Oh man, beautiful.
It looks like
beautiful.
It looks like the label for a Gatorade or something.
Yo, I'm telling you, I didn't know what to expect from this album just from the album artwork. I was like, what's happening here?
Album art did throw me off. But, coming into it, like as far as just saying it was coming, Meek Mill album was coming, I definitely was looking forward to it. I loved the space that Meek was in pre-album launch. Just positivity, just out here talking. I mean, he's really coming like a spokesman for prison reform and like the way with the stuff that's going on. Yeah, he's definitely trying. I hope people listen because he seems like he has a good message that's going on. Do a lot of positive things. So going into the album, I was definitely anticipating it. I just wanted to make sure. I was nervous about if Meek was going to be on some grown man stuff because I didn't want to hear Wraith 1,000 times on an album. I really did.
He got away from the Rollies, man. He switched to Richard Mills and
hanging out with the billionaires.
Yeah.
But by God, man, Meek did it, man. He did it on this project. He did. He did it on this project. The features were good. He pieced it up with Drake. Drake gave him they're 3 for 3 at this point. Hove came in there and gave. When he left the booth after that rap, he was like tired. He had to go take a nap. And I didn't. The Rick Ross feature, everyone's saying he's talking about Tekashi. I think it's too close to home to think he's not talking about him. But, Rick Ross and Hove always have a good rapport when they rap together. And we got to get into that whether or not Rick Ross is the most consistent rapper of this time, too. We got to get into that one day.
Never nobody's favorite.
Right, exactly. But, I mean, it was featured up, The songs that were on here that really touched me is like Oodles and Noodles Babies. Like, that hits you, man. He talked about some things that really, like, had me thinking about stuff, man. Like, he really touched those emotions. We always knew that Meek put Philly on his back. He rapped for the streets, but he also rapped about a lot of stuff for people that basically never, just had those tough upbringings at times you could relate to. And that's the part that got me when he rapped on this. And that was so refreshing to hear that versus all the inspirational, that he calls inspirational, Wraith talks and stars in the roof and all. We know you got all that stuff, but can you touch those emotions? And I think that's what he did on this project.
He had a more well-known story to tell on this project.
Yeah, he was inspired because he had stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
What do you think, bro?
All right. Once I got past the cover, that cover literally floored me.
You killed him for the cover.
I figured this was going to be an album that was going to be very important in Meek Mill's career. Like, this was kind of make or break time for Meek. Everybody's been happy to see him home, but before this, man, the energy was not great for him.
God. He was the king of L's.
The Drake and Meek battle or whatever, that was looking real bad. Everything that he was releasing during that time, man, people just wanted to hate it just to hate it.
Yeah.
And now he finally had the public back on his side, but we haven't heard much from Meek. He dropped a little EP over the summer. I think that got kind of glossed over. I don't know that a lot of people were checking it out. But this was going to be a make it or break it project. Like, this was important. Meek had people back on his side. Music hadn't been hitting like it was before, but this was your time. It was go time. Everybody wanted to hear what you had to say, and that man delivered.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? For me, it's like, this album just checked all of the boxes. Like, first of all, I'm gonna start with the beat selection on here.
Oh man,
Absolutely phenomenal samples that were selected out here. I mean, A Garden of Peace, brilliant move to go to that. In the Air Tonight, brilliant move to go to that. The Tony Fontaine, what's that? I Found You Girl, another great sample, a hip hop classic that you never know where it's from, but you hear it all the time.
Yeah.
Love Changes. Oh my God,
whose sample is that? I was thinking about that.
That's
I know Nas used it.
Mother. The original group is Mother Darling or something like that. Okay. Something along those lines. And then Close to You. I mean, Frank Ocean had just flipped out on the Stevie Wonder version. It's originally a Richard Evans song. Again, another fantastic sample. Just giving that album a lot of body and soul. Right in the meat and bones. Right, you know what I'm saying? In the middle of the album, like just a lot of soul. The features.
Yeah.
Ricky Rose, good Lord. He came in there and wrecked it like, Mona Lisa to me ain't nothing but a... Wow. That was aggressive, man. That was aggressive talk for a painting, man. But listen, Rose had to get that off his chest, man. Cardi B came in there and wrecked it.
That song was pretty dope.
She came in there with a point to prove, like, man, listen, Nicki, get out of here. Get her out the paint. You know what I'm saying? Drake came through. Hey, it was great to hear Meek and Drake again together. Yo, I'm going to tell you the surprise standout feature on here. Outside of Kodak, I liked him a lot. But no, 21 Savage.
Oh, man.
My God. 21 came with it. I don't know if it's maybe just him and Meek Mill's energy together. 21 killed that. Oh, my God. He bodied that whole verse, man.
Fab did too, though. The track with Fab was
I ain't
pretty
gonna
good.
lie. I didn't like Fab.
You didn't like that?
I didn't like Fab.
I liked it, man.
I didn't like it.
I like when he came through. He came in, the beat was it was rocking, man.
Yeah, I didn't like that part.
Like
I didn't like that part. But all was made well because that whole verse, my God.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Speak on it.
Like, that's the kind of verse that you get and you're like, okay, my album is done. Like, it's finito. Nothing else matters on here. I know I got nothing but fire on the rest of this album, but this verse right here, this might have just put my whole album in this was Dear Summer status.
Yeah.
I hope that this album doesn't get overlooked and this becomes Dear Summer because Dear Summer went on Myth Bleak's
album. Yeah, it was. People forget that. Yeah, people forget that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I wondered about that on the album because everyone was talking about Jay's verse.
It's dangerous sometimes to get that whole verse, man.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Because he blacks out, man.
Yeah, he spazzed. He went absolutely nuts on here. And Meek Mill deserved that type of energy. He deserved that whole verse for everything he's been through.
And it's like when I told you when I text you about it, I said, yo, you get Jay on an inspiring track. Because that's something he's been talking about for years now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he gave a lot on that, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. Jay was giving out life work on that whole verse,
bro,
or whatever.
He went back to history.
Bro, I thought that the verse was finished, and then he just kept going. I was like, yo, and then he said it was a freestyle. I don't believe you.
I don't believe
that was a freestyle.
I definitely don't believe that.
Like the sign I failed line. Nah. You ain't getting that off his freestyle.
You're the GOAT. Don't get me wrong.
You're not getting that off.
You're definitely not. You're pulling the wool over our eyes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not falling for that. But like, yo, Meek legit checked every box. Now, is that to say that this is a perfect album? No. There's a lot of filler on here.
I'm gonna tell you
that end of the album, it tails off.
Oh my goodness.
It tails off until you get to that last track. That last track is
my last track gets you ready for more.
Yeah.
It definitely gets you ready. What's the name?
Cold Hearted was too. Yeah. Dangerous. I didn't really like that when that first came out.
I didn't like that either.
With the ish, that was not a great
100
song.
Summers can go to Hades too. The one where when he's singing, when Meek is doing the singing, that's part that I didn't really care for. When he's doing the vocal,
I can feel on that.
I didn't like those. It was like 2 tracks. I didn't like.
I mean, it's some filler on here. I mean, it's 19 songs. Yeah. I say like, yo, Meek would really have like a hip hop classic level album at about 14. Like he would have gave us 14. And these boys like, yo, this album would be one of the greatest of all time. But that just goes to tell you how good this album was.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I rated it out of 90.
I gave it a 92.
Okay, there you go.
I gave it a 90. So I in my head I'm thinking like the whole time like this is the only thing I've been listening to. The energy is there.
Yeah,
he giving us those classic intros that he always has.
He clicked every button, man.
Yeah,
it was hard to miss. I feel like he knew the pressure that was on this album and he came through and delivered. He gave us the content that we wanted. I mean, it's still some turn up tracks, but it's a lot of truth being told on here, man.
Absolutely,
and I love that. Meek one of the best at that.
Absolutely, man. So
Chasers, you can hit the thumbs up this time. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, they didn't like the last review we did on it. They didn't like that one.
They never do, man. It's never good enough. But an A-, man, that is still an A.
So yeah,
we both said it was a great album.
Yes, if you made this far, you know we both said it was a great album. 90. So yeah, Meek Mill fans, you get in here. Chasers, y'all don't kill us this time.
Oh man,
if you want to give it 100,
Chasers, that's a tough crowd.
I absolutely understand. Let us know. Was we both too high, too low?
Yeah.
And leave it in the comments. We'll go from there. I am Nate here.
This Kev.
And yo, we're Games Music Life. Drink more water, people.
Peace.